Yo, 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 what's going on, people? Welcome back. It's your boy Jay George. Salute, salute. I was reading the comments as the stream was loading up. We are back for the final watch along of the season before the Olympic break. I gotta specify that this is the last game before the All Star break and the Olympic break. So we had to do it. It's the Fever at the Wings, their first matchup of the regular season. They did play in preseason, but this is their first official matchup. Yeah, Jim. I got a quick delivery. Mom was dropping off some ice cream, so I had to run out and grab it before the stream started. But we back, we back. All right, Fever, Wings. Let's touch on the starters. We have Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. I keep doing this. It's supposed to be Katie Lou Samuelson with the start. I'll just be copying and pasting my starting list, and I'll be forgetting that they be updating these things. So Katie Lou Samuelson is the starter here for the Fever. Nalissa Smith and Aaliyah Boston. That means it's Lexi Hull, Christy Wallace, who's pretty much fallen out the rotation from what I've seen. Christy Wallace, Victoria Saxton, Demiris Dantas, Erica Wheeler, and Grace Berger. James, salute. What's going on? What is going on, people? Um, for their injury report, the only thing I've seen is Temifak Benley is out with a thumb injury. So that's something to keep an eye on. For the Wings, you have Odyssey Sims, J.C. Sheldon, Arike Ogunbowale, Natasha Howard, and Tierra McCowan. Bench, they have Sevgi Uzun, Stephanie Soares, Lou Lopez Seneschal, Kalani Brown, and Monique Billings. Wait, what am I reading? Their starters is Odyssey Sims, J.C. Sheldon, Arike Ogunbowale, Natasha Howard, and Tierra McCowan. Their bench is Sevgi Uzun, Stephanie Soares, Lou Lopez Seneschal, Kalani Brown, and Monique Billings. Alrighty, the Fever are 7th seed. The Wings are 12th seed. You already know their injuries with Satu and Jalen and Maddie. That's been their injuries pretty much the whole a majority of the season. Besides Maddie Segrist being injured early on. Um the Fever 7th seed. With a win today, they can't move up, and with a loss, they can't move down from what I've seen. Let's see. Yeah, so they can't move up or down today. Yes, they can. They can actually move down to 8th seed. If they lose, they'll move to 8th seed with more losses than the Chicago Sky. So they can move down to 8th if they lose. And the Wings, they're in 12th place. Um, I think they're pretty much stuck down there. Let's see. I think if they win, they could possibly move up to 11th because they've played the Mystics a few times. They lost both, so no. They'll be stuck in 12th no matter what happens today. All right, this game is supposed to start at 7:30 on ESPN. Game's supposed to start on at 7:30 on ESPN. But ESPN, their broadcast be a little shaky, so your boy is here to fill the void, bridge the gap here. All right, let me get my clock ready. For those who were here earlier, appreciate you tuning in. It ended up being a pretty decent game. Very, I thought the Dream had a chance, but in the end, the better team always tends to win. And that's what the Minnesota Lynx did against the Dream earlier today. All right, let's take a look. I wanted to take a look at some of the team leaders here. For the Indiana Fever, Kelsey Mitchell's leading the way with 17.1 points a game, shooting 43.9%, 81% from the foul line. Aaliyah Boston, 8.8 rebounds, and Caitlin Clark leading the way with 7.8 assists. Has to bring that turnover number down at 5.6 turnovers a game. Arike Ogunbowale, 22.2 points a game, 35.6% from the field. That's her bag. She's a volume shooter, so more often than not, her percentages aren't going to be the greatest. And Tierra McCowan averaging 7.4 rebounds a game. Odyssey Sims on a hardship contract. She played with them last year, got signed on a hardship this year. averaging 5 assists a game to 1.9 turnovers. I'm looking at the right side of the screen. If you see the season stats, points per game, the Fever are 5th in the league in points per game at 81.3. The Wings not too far behind, 81.1. They're 7th. Points against per game, the Fever are 86.7 in 11th, and the Wings are 89.6, and they're in 12th. Those are the two bottoms of the league. Field goal percentage, the Fever are 44.5% in 3rd, and the Wings are 44.2 in 4th. Rebounding wise, I'm 34 rebounds a game for the Fever, 34.7 for the Wings. The assists are almost pretty much even. They're 7th and 8th respectively. Blocks per game, 4.6 for the Fever and 4.3 for the Wings. And steals, Fever bottom of the league in steals, 6.1 steals a game. The Wings are 7.4 in 6th place. Turnovers per game, 14 a game for the Fever in 9th, 15.6 for the Wings in 12th. So that's how it shakes out for them. All right. If we look at their recent games here, the Fever, they beat the Lynx, they beat the Mercury, they lost to the Mystics, they beat the Liberty, and they lost to the Aces. So beat some good opponents, lost to a shaky opponent in the Mystics. But I think this break will be good for them, as I was mentioning earlier. This break will be good for them. For the Wings, you have they've just been losing. They lost to the Sparks, they lost to the Mercury, lost to the Aces. They beat the Dream and then lost to the Mercury again, giving up over 100 points in 3 of those 5 games. They're really not a good defensive team. They should look different after the Olympic break as well, getting Satu back, getting Jaylen Brown back, getting Maddie Seegers back. So that's something to look forward to if you're a Wings fan. All right, so this game's supposed to start in the next minute or so. You know, ESPN, they be starting a little after the 7:30 mark, so we'll keep an eye on it. But they should be starting momentarily. I expect this to be a high-scoring game, very high-scoring game. Just getting some last-minute things ready here for the game. I appreciate you guys tuning in for the last game before the Olympic break. Remember, All-Star Weekend is this weekend. Friday is the 3-point contest and the skills challenge, and then Saturday is the actual All-Star game. All right, just sending one last thing. We're gonna look at the looking at the line on this game. I did want to look at that really quickly. I don't have it on here. Oh, there we go. Looking on ESPN. According to ESPN Bet, RC, what's going on, bro? What's going on? The game actually starts, I don't know, probably 7:35. Who knows when it'll actually start. But they're leaving ESPN WNBA countdown now. Indiana is a 4.5 point favorite in this game. The over under is 177.5. Hey cuz, what's going on? What is going on? So that is what we're dealing with in this game. The broadcast has officially started here. A lot of Caitlin jerseys out there in Arlington. A lot of Caitlin 22 t-shirts and all that. Oh, the Olympics. I have it in my calendar. The Olympics, they play a friendly against Germany on the 23rd, and then I think the 26th is when the first official game plays. Yeah, so I have it in my calendar here. I got to keep track of these things. Yeah, so they play Japan on July 29th for their first official Olympic game. It's Monica McNutt and Pam Ward on the call on ESPN. Tudo says the WNBA new media deal will bring in 200 million per year with the potential for an extra 60. Yeah, and I did see the WNBA Players Association wanted to take a look at those numbers because if the NBA is supposed to be bringing in 3 billion, how did they arrive at 200 million a year for the W if they wanted to combine the media rights deals? But we'll see how that pans out in their favor. I think those numbers will change as things get more solidified. I was watching Adam Silver's press conference yesterday um because he was talking he really didn't address it because it's still in negotiations, but he was basically saying that he didn't even mention the W really, but he was saying that they were the governors of the league were hashing it out, and they were, I guess, happy with how the outcome was. But we'll see how that pans out. Honestly, we're still a ways away from, I guess, getting that solidified. Once the NBA news is solidified, then I guess we'll find out more W news. RC says Kennedy Carter is a pure beast. She punched you. Yeah, she gave y'all 30 piece. No drink, everything. All right, who do I think will win this game? Good question, Janelle. Do the Fever win? Do the Fever win? I think yes. Fever get the win going into the Olympic break with a 12-14 record. I think they will grab the win. All right, starters are on your screens, people. Starters are on your screens. We're about to get this show on the road, as they say. Um, we'll see. It's probably going to be Aaliyah Boston versus Tierra McCown for the jump ball. Packed house at the College Park Stadium or College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. Tierra McCowan versus Aaliyah Boston. They tip the ball and it goes out of bounds and it stays with Dallas. All right, so let's kick this show off with the wings. Hope my stuff is playing. There we go. It finally kicked in. Odyssey Sims over to JC Sheldon. Oh, JC Sheldon thought she was passing to McCown. Alyssa Smith with the steal. Goes coast to coast. She double dribbled on the fast break. Wow, she had a wide open layup after the steal and she double dribbled. So no basket. It goes back to the wings. They get away with one there. If you had an Alyssa Smith first basket, I feel bad for you because that's brutal. Odyssey Sims comes off the screen to Natasha Howard looking for McCowan. I know they like to feed her early. I should have played it. McCowan with the first basket of the game. They love going to McCowan for the first basket. Caitlin Clark with the ball now. It's 2-0 Dallas. Caitlin Clark comes off the screen for three, off the back rim, and rebound. Remember, this is where Caitlin Clark played her first preseason game against, Tierra McCowan. A quick 4 points for T. McCowan, and the Wings are up 4-0 early. Caitlin down to Alyssa Smith. Kelsey Mitchell goes under the basket, snakes around over to Alyssa Smith, and she travels. So Alyssa Smith with 2 turnovers so far. 2 turnovers for Alyssa Smith so far. Ball in play with the Wings. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Odyssey Sims goes left off the screen. Odyssey picks up her dribble over to Arike. Arike down to McCowan. They feature in that matchup early. McCowan tries to get around Boston, and she gets the ball deflected, and it stays with the Wings. Odyssey Sims to inbound. Gets it to McCowan. McCowan gets blocked by Aaliyah Boston. Great recovery by Aaliyah. McCowan thought she had an easy basket. Aaliyah Boston comes over for the block. Aaliyah Boston gets screened off. She fights around it. The pass comes a little late, but she does recover in time. They get the ball to Arike. Arike pulls up for the jumper, misses. Rebound, Alyssa Smith. Smith over to Caitlin. Caitlin guarded tightly by Odyssey Sims. Pass down to Boston at the foul line. She drives in on McCowan, goes up, and Aaliyah Boston is on the board for the Fever. And it's 4-2 Dallas. Arike, handoff to Odyssey. Odyssey to Natasha. Natasha, top of the key. Natasha over to JC Sheldon. Sheldon for three off the back rim. It hits off the top of the back corner of the backboard. And Alyssa Smith with the rebound. Handoff to Kelsey Mitchell. She's on her horse. Gets it to the left-hand layup and smokes it. Aaliyah Boston rebound and score. So Aaliyah Boston 4. Tierra McCowan 4. The two centers have scored all the points so far for their teams. Odyssey Sims passed down to McCowan a little too far. And that's a turnover to the Dallas Wings. Ball in play. Caitlin Clark quickly up the court. She resets. Top of the key. Gets the screen from Aaliyah. Wide. Oh, good pass to Aaliyah on the roll. She misses the layup. Rebound to Arike. Good recovery by Natasha Howard. Arike attacks, pump fakes, attacks Katie Lou, and scored. So Arike is on the board. It's 6-4 Dallas. Caitlin Clark with the head fake and scores. And Arike in transition pulls up and she scores. So this is some high-powered offenses happening right now. It's 8-6 Dallas. Katie Lou with the ball. Kelsey Mitchell gets the ball guarded tightly by JC Sheldon, and JC Sheldon with the foul. All right, so the Fever to inbound here. They get it to Aaliyah Boston. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin goes off the screen to the right. She gets into the paint, pass to Nalissa. Nalissa tries to drive baseline and gets fouled by Natasha Howard. So Nalissa Smith will go to the line. So Nalissa Smith at the line. Hey, Mom. Thanks for the ice cream. Shoots the first free throw, knocks it down. And Nalissa Smith at the line for the second. And she misses off the back rim. She knew Aaliyah Boston tips it to Kelsey Mitchell. She pulls up and scores. They say that's a long two. And it's a 3-point possession there. And it's 9-8. Indiana in the lead. Got some paperwork to do there? Yeah, I'm just filling out some paperwork. Arike pulls up for three. Oh, Arike, just feeling like it's going to be Arike's night. She hits a three. And it's 11-9. 11-9. So Caitlin brings it up the court. Arike up to 7 points already. You can tell she's amped up. She is amped up to play here. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. She comes off, going to her left hand, slices through, tries to scoop it up. Tierra McCowan with the rebound. And Arike is on the run. Over to Odyssey, over to JC. JC on the drive. Throw to Arike. Arike, mid-range jump shot, misses. And ball gets tipped out by Nalissa Smith. And it stays with the Wings. Arike versus Kelsey Mitchell, two of the most electric scorers in the league. That should be a fun one. Why is my clock not working? It's 5:45 to go here. My clock keeps stopping. It's been doing this all day. Somebody scored. Somebody hits a three as I look down to change the time. For the Wings, it's 14-9. Let me try and get this clock right. It keeps freezing up. 5:20. All right, ball in play. Kelsey Mitchell tries to answer, and she misses. All right, now it's working. Odyssey Sims with the ball over to Arike. Arike pump fakes at the three-point line. Down to Tierra McCowan. McCowan faces up against Smith. Out to Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims in and out dribble. Goes to her left, drops it off to McCowan. McCowan into Katie Lou, blocking foul, and one. Tierra McCowan. So she's up to 6 points. All right, Jim. Family is very important. So Tierra McCowan being aggressive early, they really feeding her. She tends when she gets into foul trouble, she gets frustrated. But right now, she's out of foul trouble. 16-9 right now as Tierra McCowan for the 3-point play, and she misses. Rebound with the Fever. Caitlin over to Aaliyah. Aaliyah to Kelsey. Kelsey left side of the floor. Bounce pass to Caitlin. Caitlin to Aaliyah. Aaliyah pump fakes, gets into the paint, gets fouled, and scores. Silly foul by Tierra McCowan there. She already blew by you with the pump fake. No need to compound that with a foul. Yeah, silly foul by Tierra McCowan there. No need to foul. We have a timeout. So it's 16-11, 4:46 to go in the first quarter. So we have Tierra McCowan with 6. We have Aaliyah Boston with 6. We have Arike Ogunbowale with 7. So something to keep an eye on so far. Alrighty. So we're in a commercial right now. We are in commercial right now. Well, this is not a good start by Indy, Tudo says. Still a long game, my friend. A long game. So they just gotta keep it close, and we know that they have the ability to hit threes and walk teams down once they lock back in. All right. Looking at the box score so far, I gave you guys the players with the highest points. The Wings are shooting 66% from 3. They're 2 for 3. You have Odyssey Sims with 1 and Arike Ogunbowale with 1 so far. For the Fever, they have taken 2. They've missed them both. 1 from Kelsey Mitchell, 1 from Caitlin Clark. The Fever do have 2 turnovers. The 2 turnovers by Nalissa Smith. The Wings have 2 turnovers. 1 by Odyssey Sims and 1 by JC Sheldon. No subs as of yet. No subs as of yet. The Fever shooting 50%, 5 for 10 from the field. The Wings shooting 58.3%, 7 for 12 from the field. They're showing the before and after the first 13 games between Caitlin and Aaliyah. It was about 3 points per game on Caitlin to Aaliyah passes and scoring. Now it's up to 8. I expect it to go up even more after the Olympic break. So we're back on the broadcast. Aaliyah Boston to shoot the free throw for the 3-point play. They said Aaliyah and Caitlin are seeking to be the first duo in W history where one player has 10 assists in a month, averages 10 assists a month, and one player averages 10 rebounds a month. One of those ESPN stats that you have to craft, you know. Aaliyah Boston shoots the free throw and misses, so she doesn't get the 3-point play. Rebound to McCowan. Arike Ogunbowale with the ball. Left side of the floor. She goes left. She hesitation dribble, drops it off to Natasha Howard. She goes up, under, and scores. Natasha Howard on the board. Daniel, my guy, salute. 18-11 Dallas. 18-11. On Caitlin over to Aaliyah Boston. Handoff back to Caitlin. Caitlin going to her left, dribbles back out. Comes back right off the screen from Boston. She has Tiara on the island. Step back three and misses. Rebound to Arike. It's hard to shoot over 6'7", Caitlin. Arike to Tiara. Back to Arike. Left side of the floor. She wants the screen. She comes off the screen. Drops it off to Natasha Howard, who steps in through a three. Misses. McCowan and Aaliyah fighting for the ball. And they call the foul on Boston. Now, it might be 2 on Aaliyah. No, that's just her first. First foul on Aaliyah. Ball in play with Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Out to Natasha Howard. Dead on three. Misses terribly. And Alyssa Smith with the rebound. Katie Lou to Caitlin. Caitlin finds an Alyssa on the run. She slows it down and lays it in. Beautiful play there by the Fever. Assist to Caitlin. Basket by Alyssa Smith. Sims to Natasha Howard. Howard drives to the basket. Tries to get her get back. Misses. Aaliyah Boston with the rebound. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin to Nalissa again. She gets fouled. Oh, and she misses the basket. Foul by J.C. Sheldon. That's her second. Expect substitutions coming in for the Wings. So Nalissa Smith at the line for free throws. Kalani Brown is coming into the game for Tiara McCowan as Nalissa shoots the first and knocks it down. So Nalissa Smith being aggressive early. She's up to 4 points and 3 rebounds. Damiris Dantas coming into the game for Aaliyah Boston. So I think they're going to sync those minutes between Boston and McCowan. Nalissa for the second. Oh, she misses the second. And Katie Lou gets the rebound over to Caitlin. Caitlin pump fakes at the 3. J.C. Sheldon still at the game. Oh, she shoots over J.C. and she misses. Ball tipped up and secured by Natasha Howard and almost called them the Lynx, the Wings. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Pass to Kalani over Damiris Dantas. That's barbecue chicken. As Kalani Brown, the other 6'7" player on the Wings, gets the basket. They got two 6'7" players on the roster. One comes out, the other comes in. Ball tipped around. It's tipped out by Katie Lou of the Fever. And it's back to the Wings. You and me, what's going on? Those announcers. So Katie Lou is out. I didn't see who came in. Let me see. Lexi Hull comes in for Katie Lou Samuelson, and the Wings have the ball. We're back in play here. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Oh, my widget just loaded. Odyssey Sims over to Natasha Howard on the attack. Goes up for the floater and rattles it in. Natasha Howard scores there. And let me get my widget up so you guys can see. There we go. Caitlin quickly up the court. Goes behind the back. Scoop. Oh, beautiful move by Caitlin. Goes full court. Goes behind the back and finishes on the right-hand side of the basket. So it's 22-16 here. Arike off the screen. Thought she got fouled. Caitlin with the rebound. Caitlin pushing it. Caitlin stops. Cross court to Lexi Hull. Down to Nalissa Smith. She had nobody on her, but she passes it out. Caitlin pump fakes from the top of the key. Goes into the paint. She has to shoot that mid-range jump shot. Out to Lexi Hull with the miss. Rebound to Dantas. Dantas goes up, under, and scores. Caitlin has to shoot that. She had nobody around her in the paint. Has to shoot that 10 to 12 footer. 22-18 Dallas. Arike gets to the mid-range. Front rims it. Rebound to Dantas. Out to Caitlin. Caitlin on the run. Gets cut off by Arike for the steal. Arike on the drive. Over to Odyssey. Odyssey pulls up for 3. And she buries it. Odyssey Sims. Her second 3 of the game for Odyssey. And it's 25-18. Caitlin comes off the screen. Caitlin hesitation into the paint over to Damiris. Corner to Lexi Hull. Can she hit it? And she misses again from the same corner. Rebound to J.C. Sheldon. Pass to Arike. She saves it. Arike dancing on Lexi. Gets into the paint and gets tripped up by Lexi Hull. Caitlin goes. They show the replay. Caitlin goes behind the back. Gets it back. And then finishes with the right-hand layup. But then she tries to drive on Arike. Dribbles right into her. Arike gets the steal, finds Odyssey Sims wide open for the corner three. So both teams in the foul bonus right now. Both teams are in the foul bonus. So any fouls from here on in the first quarter will be automatic free throws. There's a stoppage in play right now. I guess they were checking the clock for something. There's a minute 5 to go in the game. I'll just hold the clock until we get there. JC Sheldon inbounds to Odyssey Sims. Odyssey and Arike have played the whole first quarter. Ball in play. Odyssey to Arike. Monique Billings has checked into the game. Kalani Brown attacks on Dantas, and it goes off of Kalani. Turnover to the wings. Ball in play here to the Fever. It's Caitlin with the ball. Under a minute to go here. 25-18. Caitlin to Kelsey. Kelsey comes off going to her left. Kelsey into the paint, goes up, scoops it up, and scores. Kelsey Mitchell with the layup. And it's 25-20. Arike over to Odyssey. Odyssey Sims dribbling top of the key. There's about a 14-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Odyssey Sims crossover on Caitlin. Doubles, scoops, throws it off the backboard, gets her on rebound, foul, and one. Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims with 2 threes in that layup there. She's game high with 8 points. Gets fouled by Nalissa Smith. So it's 27-20. Odyssey Sims at the line for the 3-point play. She's averaging 22 points in the last 3 games on 57% shooting. Shooting 67% from 3 in these last couple games. So she's on a little bit of a hot streak as she shoots the free throw and misses. Nalissa Smith saves it for the rebound. So shot clock is off here. Fever will play for 1 shot as Caitlin gets across half court. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Caitlin comes off a screen from Kelsey. Blows right by JC Sheldon. Corner to Nalissa Smith. Can she knock it down? Misses. Rebound to JC Sheldon. 1 second to go. And the shot clock goes off before that attempt. And at the end of the first, Dallas Wings up 27 over the Indiana Fever. I should have looked at the first quarter money line sort of thing. But I was so busy getting ready. But we move, people. 27-20 at the end of the first quarter. Let's get stuff ready for the second. All right, so let's take a quick look at the stats. I'm gonna start integrating new ways to inform you guys. Let me get the stats up here. So we're in between the first and second quarters here. The Wings are up at the moment. Tudo says the thing I remember you saying is Wings can stay with you for a half only. So let's see if the Indiana can stay. Yeah, they'll stay with you for a half, but that second half is when things start to falter. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. But let's take a look here at the stats so far. I'm gonna try something new as we progress with this channel. Give us some quarter by quarter stats here. So the score is 27-20 so far. We'll start with the Fever. And Caitlin Clark, 10 minutes, 4 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 0 for 3 from 3 so far, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 turnover. We have Kelsey Mitchell, 10 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 5. We have Katie Lou Samuelson, 7 minutes, 1 rebound. Nalissa Smith with 10 minutes. She has 4 points and 4 rebounds. And Aaliyah Boston in 6 minutes has 6 points and 4 rebounds. For Damiris, their bench, the only people have been in, Damiris Dantas with 2 points in her 3 minutes. Lexi Hall hasn't scored yet. For Dallas, Odyssey Sims played the whole quarter, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. She has the game high with 8 points. 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. Only 1 turnover so far. Ogunbowale played 9 minutes, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. JC Sheldon played all 10 minutes, has 2 rebounds. She does have 2 fouls. Natasha Howard, 4 points and 2 rebounds with 4 assists. Tierra McCowan had the first 6 points of the game, I believe. 6 points and 2 rebounds for her. Their bench, Kalani Brown, 2 points. Monique Billings with none. Sevgi with none as well. All right. Let's take a look see if we can look at the team stats. It'll load for me. There we go. Team stats, right hand side of your screen. 12 for 23. Is that correct? And they took that many shots. 12 for 23 in that first quarter. For the Wings, 9 for 19 for the Fever. Wings shooting 52.2%. The Fever shooting 47.4%. Fever 0 for 7 from 3. The Wings are 3 for 7. So, that's a big difference there. Fever have been to the line 5 times, only made 2. That was Nalissa Smith, really. And Aaliyah Boston, I think, missed one as well. The Dallas Wings missed both of their free throws. Rebounding battle, the Wings are up right now in that. The Wings are up 14-12. The Wings are up in the assist battle. The steals battle is tied. And let's see what else. The turnover battle, 3. The Fever have 4 turnovers. All right, second quarter is starting here. Let's get back to it. Nah, I was just showing the stats segment, just showing the stats. Second quarter is starting. Substitutions have been made. Erica Wheeler with the ball. Erica Wheeler over to Lexi Hall. I said Lexi Hall. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Lexi Hull is in the game. Damiris Dantas in the post against Howard. Fall away jump shot, and it rolls in. So Damiris Dantas, one leg fall away, Dirk style, and she knocks it down. It's 27-22. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Odyssey Sims over to Arike Ogunbowale in the post against Wheeler. She dribbles into a double team, looking for somebody. Finds Odyssey. Back to Arike, who shoots the 3 and buries it. Arike knocks down another 3. Arike Ogunbowale. Caitlin Clark drives to the basket, picks up her dribble, out to Katie Lou for 3. She knew it was short. She got her own rebound. Katie Lou over to Damiris Dantas. Over to Erica Wheeler, right side of the floor, guarded by Howard. Erica Wheeler goes behind the back. Over to Katie Lou. She pulls up for 3. She misses again. Rebound to Odyssey. Yeah, John, I just saw your comment. She can't shoot the 3. I told people that. They said, no, she's a 3-point shooter. She is not. Howard, spin and score. And it's a 10-point game here to Lexi Hull. And she smokes a layup, as we talked about her. Sevgi with the ball over to Natasha Howard. She drives, gets fouled by Katie Lou. And Natasha Howard fell as they were trying to pick her up, but she's good. So Natasha Howard going to the line for free throws. I've been telling people that. They're like, oh, Lexi Hall, yeah, she needs to get more minutes. She's a 3-point shooter, and she is not a 3-point shooter. She can hit a 3, but she's not what I would characterize as a 3-point shooter. Anyways, rant over. Natasha Howard at the line. Shoots the first, knocks it down. So she hits the first. Aaliyah Boston back into the game for Damiris Dantas. Dantas gave good minutes, good production in her minutes, has 4 points. Tierra McCowan, of course, is back in the game. Natasha Howard for the second free throw. And she knocks it down. So they hit their free throws finally. And it's 34-22, 12-point game. The Fever, what can they do? Sevgi in the game, guarding Erica Wheeler. They looking for Caitlin. They got her walled off. Erica loses the ball on the drive and steal by Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard looking for a guard, gets it to Odyssey. Down to Tierra McCown. She spins and scores. Barbecue chicken. So Tierra McCown being ultra aggressive, and timeout to Christy Sides here. She's trying to stop the bleeding. as the Fever call a timeout. 36-22, 7:58 to go here in the second quarter. So Tierra McCowan doing work as expected. I shouldn't say as expected. I expected her. Sometimes I'll be saying Tierra McCowan's gonna have a good game, and then she doesn't have a good game. And then when I think she won't have a good game, she has the game of her life. So Tierra McCowan up to 8 points and 3 rebounds. Ogunbowale with 10 points. So we're in commercial here. We are in commercial here. The Wings have outscored Dallas 9-2 in this first quarter. 9-2. Salute to the nice sized crowd we have in here. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you leave a like, follow, subscribe. We will be trying to do watch-alongs during the Olympics for Team USA, the women's national basketball team. I just had it up on my phone. Let me take a look because we have a couple games that will be taking place. The Olympics actually start on the 26th. Team USA doesn't play their official games until Monday, the 29th of July. That game is at 3 in the afternoon. They play Japan. Then they play again on August 1st against Belgium. And then they play again on August 4th against Germany. And then after that, that's when they enter the knockout rounds. They do play Germany on the 23rd, I believe, in London. As a warm-up game, a showcase game. So, depending time permitting, you'll probably try and take a look at that. I'm gonna try and see if I can get away with putting the game on the actual stream. But we'll see what we can do there. So the broadcast has restarted. They're coming back to it now. They're showing Arike's highlights from that first quarter. She has come to hoop so far. So Arike up to 10 points. The last 3 games she struggled. She's only averaged with 12.7. And we're back. Eddie, salute. Thanks for tuning in. No, I got a ESPN. They lacking. Aaliyah Boston over to Katie Lou. Over to Lexi Hull, left side of the floor. Over to Katie Lou. They try to go down to Boston. Boston, good seal on Tierra McCowan, and she scores. So good play out of the timeout there by Christy Sides. Gets Boston a good look, and she scores 36-24. Fever are down. Arike comes off the screen, pulls up. I think that might be a long 2. I think her foot was past the line there, and they say it is a long 2. 38-24. Back to 14 here. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin, hesitation dribble, gets into the paint. Step back, mid-ranger, misses. Lexi Hull tips it, and it stays. It hits off Sevgi, and it stays with the Fever. So that's one aspect Caitlin has to work on in her game when she gets into those mid-range areas to take advantage, because that's where she's finding openings. Ball to Caitlin. They send a double at her. And Odyssey Sims with the steal. Odyssey Sims on the break. Goes up. Left hand layup is good. So it's 40-24. They blitz Caitlin off that inbound, and she coughs it up. Lexi Hull with the ball. Lexi Hull over to Katie Lou. She hasn't hit a 3. Caitlin tries to answer with a 3 and misses. Rebound. Bounces around. And it's a jump ball between Lexi Hull and Tierra McCowan. Both McCowan and Howard just stared at the ball fall on the floor. And Lexi Hull, being the first one to the floor, grabs it, and they tie her up. So Caitlin has to fix up with the turnovers, with the ball security here. She's been doing fairly well so far. Jump ball between McCowan and Lexi Hull, and the Fever somehow win this. Oh, I lied. Arike Ogunbowale has it. Arike comes off the screen going left. Arike step back, looking, goes cross court to Odyssey Sims. She pump fakes for three, reloads for three, off the rim, rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin with the ball, right side of the floor. Over to Katie Lou. Katie Lou down to Boston. Boston. She's been in the paint for a minute. They don't say anything. She goes up and gets fouled by McCowan. No need for the foul by Tierra. And that's her second. I think that's her second foul. Second foul of the game. So Tierra McCowan telling the ref to call it. I don't know what to call. But they're showing her stats from Sunday. She had 17 points and a career high 16 rebounds. As Aaliyah Boston is at the line, she shoots the first and misses. Gotta make your free throws. Fever struggling from the line here for some reason. Struggling from the line. They are 2 of 5 from the line. Let's see, Aaliyah Boston. See if she can hit this second one. And she knocks down the second. So it's 40-25. 40-25. Ossie Sims with the ball. Ossie Sims. Daniel, my guy, salute. What's going on, bro? Sevgi down to Tierra McCowan. And they call an offensive foul on, that might be on Tierra. If that's on Tierra, that's her third foul. Yeah, I think they call a foul on Tierra McCowan. Third foul on Tierra. Kalani Brown checks in. Ball in play here with the Fever. So Tierra McCowan gets 2 back-to-back fouls. Caitlin on the drive. Caitlin goes up. Layup is good. Line drive to the basket. They drew Kalani Brown out to the 3-point line, and nobody came on the weak side. It's 40-27 here. Odyssey Sims with the ball. I feel like she's played every minute here. Odyssey Sims to Sevgi. Over to Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard on Lexi Hull. Goes up, under, throws up the right-hand bank. And they call a offensive foul. So the basket doesn't count. Yeah, I forgot to mention that at the start of the stream. But Marina Mabry gets traded from Chicago to Connecticut. Oh, Kalani Brown, I see. But the shot was up already, so I don't know about that. It's an interesting trade. I wonder what the rotation is going to be like for them. Caitlin Clark for 3. Can she hit one? And she finally gets one to fall. Caitlin Clark, right wing, knocks it down. I think that's the first 3 for the Fever in general. And Caitlin up to 9 points. On Arike to Natasha Howard. She goes up on Boston, gets blocked. Ball's bouncing around, and Caitlin secures it. Caitlin on the run here. Caitlin turns on the Jets. Gets into the paint, attacks, foul, and 1. So Caitlin Clark gets the rebound, goes coast to coast. Arike trying to keep up with her. Doesn't work. Draws the foul and scores. So Caitlin Clark at the line for the 3-point play, and she misses. So they just struggling in general from the foul line here. Oh, and now the Kalani Brown gets the ball on the outlet and scores. So they miss a free throw on one end, and they give up a layup on the other. Caitlin into the paint. Dribbles back out to the 3-point line. Wants the screen, gets back into the paint. Another scoop, gets blocked, and they say it's out of bounds. It stays with Indiana there. But Marina going to Connecticut. To answer your question, Daniel, it remains to be seen. I wonder what the lineup's going to be if they send Ty Harris to the bench and start Marina, or Marina's just going to be the 6th woman off the bench. How does that work? Because they traded 2 bench players for her. And as Kelsey Mitchell dribbles the ball off her foot, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Fever. 10-point game here, 42-32. Dallas is up. Indiana up to 7 turnovers in this first half. Kalani Brown with the ball. Finds Odyssey Sims. Gets fouled by Kelsey Mitchell and 1. Odyssey Sims putting the team on her back here. She's up to 12 points. Odyssey Sims catches the ball. Pump fakes. I don't know if that was really a foul there. But they called a foul. Odyssey Sims going to the line for the 3-point play. And for the 3-point play, knocks it down. Odyssey Sims knocks down the 3-point play. So it's 45-32. And they inbound the ball. Caitlin with the ball. Left side of the floor. Crossover. Gets into the paint. Out to Katie Lou. They go corner to Kelsey Mitchell. And she misses. Rebound to Ogunbowale. Ogunbowale with the ball. Hesitation dribble. Hangs and passes to Natasha Howard in the paint. She goes up, under, gets stripped. Arike with the rebound. Arike brings it back out to slow it down. Arike, mid-range jump shot. Off the rim. Rebound to Aaliyah. Eddie says, get a lot of good information from you, Mr. Jordan. Of course. Information and entertainment, my friend. Caitlin Clark into the paint. Goes up and gets hit in the head. Scores and 1. So Caitlin Clark having her way getting to the basket. And she scores again. Being ultra aggressive now. They're leaving the paint wide open. She goes up and scores. Nobody on the back side to deter her at the rim. She's coming off these screens. And it's easy picking. She has 9 points in the quarter. 1 of 2 from 3. So Caitlin Clark at the line to shoot free throws. Daniel asks, do I think other trades will happen? Do I think other trades will happen? It's usually slow, but this year might be something different. It might be something different this year. So I'll say yes. I don't know if it'll be anything super major, but I expect something to happen. Caitlin completes the 3-point play. And it's back to a 10-point game. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Odyssey Sims on the drive. Odyssey Sims down to Kalani Brown. She pump fakes, goes up, fouled, and scores. So now another 3-point play. So Odyssey Sims got one on the other possession. Caitlin comes down, gets one. And now Kalani Brown with a chance to get one. Daniel said, maybe we used to play with the Sparks. I forgot about that. I totally forgot. She only played 1 season with y'all, right? Kalani Brown for the 3-point play. She buries it. Back to a 13-point game. Caitlin up to Nalissa Smith. Over to Kelsey Mitchell. She has to get going. Kelsey over to Caitlin. Caitlin left side of the floor. Finds Nalissa. Nalissa travels. Yes, she does. I seen that coming. Daniel says Graceberger should request a trade. She's too solid to ride the bench. Yeah. Trade unless you're like a superstar, trade requests aren't too fond in the W. Odyssey Sims up and under her. Oh, Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims had Nalissa Smith jumping up for joy out there. Blew right by her, up under. As Mitchell throws to Lexi Hall. She pump fakes. Lexi Hall drops it down to Nalissa Smith. And they call a foul. Odyssey Sims attacks Nalissa in and out. Dribble pump fake. Hits her with the up. Goes under. Scoops it home. That was beautiful. 50-35 here. 15-point game. So ball to Caitlin. Top of the key. Caitlin drives right. Gets into the paint. Guarded by Monique Billings. Aaliyah Boston for top of the key 3. And she buries it. Aaliyah, they did say Aaliyah's been extending her range. And she knocks down the 3. She doesn't do it a lot, but she's capable. 50 to 38. I remember a game last year she hit, and they called an offensive foul on Arike. I remember a game last year, Aaliyah Boston hit a three to against my Liberty to go into overtime. So it's an officials timeout. It's a timeout here as the Wings are up 50 to 38 as we wind down this second quarter. So Caitlin Clark came alive in this quarter. She's up to 14 points and 5 assists with 3 rebounds, 6 of 12 shooting. She has the most attempts on the team, as she should, I should say. My resident Sparks fan requests some thoughts on his lowly team. Your Sparks, my friend. I don't know where to go. Y'all are what are y'all? Y'all are in 11th seed, I think. 10th seed, excuse me. 6-18 record. I'm trying to see the future for your team, at least the future of this season. You have Azare back. She's been playing fairly well. You still have De'Erica Hamby. You have Rakia Jackson. That's your core right there. You have those three. After that, you have Cam Brink, of course, who's going to come back from the ACL next year. Knock on wood. Hopefully everything goes good with the recovery. But after that, who do you have? You have Ray Burrell. You have Zaya Cook. Do you like Ari McDonald? Do you stay with that? Do you have Kia Nurse continuing to start, or do you try and get a shooter in the draft? So it's questions you guys have for the future this season. You guys will probably be a 10th seed. Probably get to 9th after the All-Star break. Who knows? Washington might overlap you when they get their players back. Who knows? But you guys will miss the playoffs and just plan for the future, my friend. Just enjoy Rakia's development. See what the team will evaluate what they have for the Sparks, and then you guys will have to make the necessary adjustments in the off season. You should focus on who you guys want to keep for the expansion draft when that happens. So that should be the focus for the Sparks. Tudo says turnovers and 2 for 13 from 3 along with the missed free throws. Not a good start to the first half. Yeah, it's been a little shaky for the Fever. Caitlin trying to inject some life here. But let's see what happens. All right, broadcast is coming back on. They're talking about the Fever games attracting a lot of tickets. Indiana average attendance, home 16,898, road 15,952, most in WNBA history for both of those attendances. But it does look like there's more Clark Fever jerseys, Clark jerseys than Dallas here. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Odyssey Sims playing her tightly. She comes off the screen going left. Caitlin Clark steps back. Now JC Sheldon's on today. Oh, wow. Miscommunication there. They both leave Aaliyah Boston in the paint by herself. Monique Billings and Kalani Brown. She gets an easy layup. 10-point game. And a foul on Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell with another foul. That might be her third foul, or is that her second? Second foul on Kelsey. She'll go to the bench. Ball back in play with the Wings. Arike Ogunbowale with the ball. Goes left. Finds, bad pass by Arike. And looking for Natasha Howard. Throws it right out of bounds. Fever inbound the ball quickly to get down the court. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 10-point game. Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston. She pump fakes, shoots the mid-range jump shot, bounces around, and scores. So it's back to single digits. Fever have got it down within 8 here. Arike over to Natasha Howard. Handoff to JC Sheldon. JC Sheldon against Erica Wheeler. Goes over to Odyssey Sims. I don't think she's taking a break. Down to Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard spins off Nalissa shoots the jump shot. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Kalani Brown. So it will to the Fever. Let's see if they can get it even lower. They quickly get it up. Caitlin runs up the court, throws it down to Nalissa. Pass doesn't get through. Arike over to Odyssey. Odyssey goes up and scores. So turnovers hurting the Fever. Odyssey Sims, game high, 17 points for Odyssey. 52-42. Aaliyah Boston with the ball. Aaliyah Boston tries to drive on Kalani, goes over to Lexi Hull, who drives crossover. She tries to do something crazy and just loses the ball. Odyssey to Arike. Arike mid-range jump shot, good. That's what Arike does, ball in play. And it's back to double digits, 54-42 here. Aaliyah Boston over to Lexi Hull. This is the Lexi I wanted. Lexi over to Boston. Boston to Caitlin. Caitlin going to her left. She dribbles out. Oh, bounce pass to Boston. Boston handoff to Nalissa, but they call a foul on the pass on Natasha Howard. So Boston at the line for the first free throw, and she knocks it down. Both teams are in the bonus at the moment, so fouls all the way through until the end of this quarter. Tudo says New York not gonna lose that number 1 seed. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We just gotta control what we can control. Put our best foot forward. And Aaliyah Boston knocks down the second. So it's back to a 10-point game, 54-44. Odyssey Sims having a half here. She has 17.7 assists. Kalani down to Odyssey, and the ball gets passed out of bounds. Shot clock is off for the Fever. They'll play for one shot here. They'll play for one shot. Yeah, we'll look at the points off turnovers at halftime. Once this quarter is over. 10 seconds to go here. Caitlin dribbling at half court. Gets the screen from Aaliyah. She gets around Kalani Brown. Gets into the paint. Hesitation dribble. Behind the back pass to Boston. Gets fouled. And Aaliyah Boston will go to the line. There's 2.7 seconds left on the clock, people. 2.7 seconds left. She got into the paint, threw a behind the back pass to Aaliyah Boston, who gets fouled by Kalani Brown on the shot attempt. So Aaliyah Boston at the line to shoot free throws. She knocks down the first to get it back to single digits. Aaliyah Boston already up to 19 points and 5 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston for 2, and she hits both. So 8-point game here, 2.7 seconds left. Let's see what the Dallas Wings will do. To Arike. Arike pulls up from half court. Oh, off the front of the rim. She almost hit that. And at the end of the first half, Dallas 54, Indiana 46. Caitlin Clark with 14 on 6 of 12 shooting with 8 assists. Arike Ogunbowale 14 points. And she has? And she has 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Tudor says for this to be a single-digit game at half is a lucky break for Indiana. All right, so guys, as usual, we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna take a look at the scores, at the box score and the team stats for the teams. All right, so let me get. Oh man, my bad, y'all. I'm over here zooming in crazy. All right, cool. So let's take a look at that. Let me go to the stats here. Trying a new a new site. ESPN had too many ads, almost taking up half the screen. So we're gonna go with this. Hopefully you guys can see that. Cool. All right, so we'll start with the Fever. Caitlin Clark, 20 minutes, played all 20 minutes in the first half. Finishes with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 of 12 shooting, 1 for 5 for 3, 3 turnovers. Um, she was a spark in that quarter. You have Kelsey Mitchell struggling with 4 points, no rebounds, no assists. Katie Lou with no points in her 13 minutes. Daniel, what up? Jay, when my Sparks play your Liberty after the break, where's the game gonna be at? I think it's gonna be in LA. I have to take a look. Um, Nalissa Smith, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and Aaliyah Boston with 20 points and 5 rebounds at the half. You have Lexi Hall, 12 minutes, no points out there doing cardio. Dantas with 4 points in 4 minutes, and Erica Wheeler, 4 minutes, no points. Dallas. You have Odyssey Sims. She played all 20 minutes in the first half. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. She's on double watch. Arike Ogunbowale, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. You have JC Sheldon out there doing cardio as well. 13 minutes, no points. Natasha Howard with 8 points and 3 rebounds with 4 assists. McCowan, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and I think she has 3 fouls. So does Natasha Howard. So both players in the front court have fouls, 3 fouls. Kalani Brown came in, gave him 7 points. Sevgi, 6 minutes, no points. Monique Billings, 3 minutes, no points. Let's take a look at the team stats quickly. Looking at the chat right quick. John says the bad thing about the Fever is when the big three are not playing well, nobody steps up. Yeah, they've been missing a lot of things. Tudo says CC getting a double was plus 100. Yeah, I took that, my friend. I took that. Not gonna lie to you. I definitely took that. Yeah, but to answer your question, Daniel, when the Sparks play the Liberty, I believe it's in LA because we played you twice in New York back to back. So it'll probably be in LA. I want to look at the team stats right quick. Let's see if this site actually gives you points off of turnovers. Oh, it does. All right, cool. So let's go through it. So we have the field goal percentages. Wings are up shooting 57%. The Fever not far behind at 51%. 3-pointers, the Wings 4 for 10. Fever are 2 for 13 at 15%. That's not gonna get it done. Free throws, Fever have taken more, but they've made more. 8 for 13. Wings 4 for 6. Rebound battle, the Wings are leading by 1, 21 to 20. Assist battle, the Wings are leading 17 to 11. The steals battle, the Wings are leading 5 to 1, but the Fever are leading the blocks battle 4 to 1. Fever have 10 turnovers. The Wings have 8. The Fever have 13 points off of the Wings' 8 turnovers. The Wings have 20 points off of the 10 Fever turnovers. So that's the points off turnovers battle there. The Wings are definitely leading that. Points in the paint, the Wings are up 34 to 30. Fast break points, the Wings are leading 14 to 5. Second chance points, the Fever are leading 6 to 5. Largest lead was 16 by the Wings at one point. Fever have less fouls, 8 fouls to 13 for the Wings. No flagrants and no technicals. And as you can see on the quarters, Fever were outscored 27 to 20 in the first. Dallas scored 27 again in the second to outscore the Fever by 1, 27 to 26. And then we can see the top performers here on the right-hand side. Aaliyah Boston with 20, Odyssey Sims with 17, Boston with 5 rebounds, Ogunbowale with 4, Clark with 8 assists, Odyssey with 7. So it looks good so far. Looking good so far. All right, they're talking about the trade here on the broadcast. Marina Mabry, if you didn't know, Marina Mabry has been traded to the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut gets Mabry and a 2025 second round pick. Chicago gets Mariah Jefferson, Rachel Banham, and a 2025 first round pick. So this is Marina's fourth team, if I'm not mistaken, in her career. She was drafted by the LA Sparks. Drafted by the LA Sparks, played for the Wings, was traded to the Sky, and now she's traded to the Connecticut Sun. The Wing, I said the Wings. The Sky get a 3-point shooter, in Rachel Banham off the bench. I believe Michaela Onyenwere will probably move to the starting lineup. So that'll be interesting to see what the Sky what the Sky looks like coming back after the Olympic break. I guess they see Kennedy Carter and Marina Mabry serve a similar purpose in terms of scoring. So they're gonna probably stick with Lindsay Allen, Kennedy Carter, Michaela Onyenwere, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso as the starting lineup. For Connecticut, it's yet to be seen what they decide to do. If they decide to start Marina and move Ty Harris to the bench. Ty Harris having a great year, so I don't know how beneficial that would be. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they decide to do there. Do they have Marina be the sixth woman off the bench? That's something that we'll have to pay attention to. But I'm gonna pull up the article on The Athletic. Daniel says, "Do I think your Celtics will repeat as champions?" Nah, I don't think you guys will. I hope you guys don't, to be honest. All right, so did this freeze? Oh no, it didn't. All right, let me pull this back up for you guys. So this is it right here. Oh dang, it hit me with the free account as I scroll down. Boo. I'm gonna pull it up on ESPN. They never let me down. But to answer your question, Daniel, no, I don't think you guys will. I don't think that you will. All right, let's pull this up right quick. I'm gonna switch this article right quick so we can see the actual thing. Let's pop this in. There we go. The Sun acquire Marina Mabry in trade with the Sky. So that game against the Aces was Marina's last game in Chicago Sky colors. The article says the Sun acquired veteran Marina Mabry earlier today. She's a player. The Sun say she's a player that we feel will give us the extra edge to compete for a championship this year. The Sun are in win now mode. They have Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Bree Jones. They have a veteran crew. They drafted rookies. None of their rookies are on the team. Everybody has multiple years experience in the league, so they're going for it all, and I don't blame them. Mabry is averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.6 a game in the 23 games she's played, shooting 34% from three. But Banham, 31 years old, veteran. She had that 7 3-pointer game about 2 games ago, I believe. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Danny asks, how many years does Marina have on her contract? I have to go back and look at her Dallas Wings contract to see that, because she was traded from the Wings. Let's see what they got. I'm gonna go on my across the what is it called? My Spotrac website and see if they have Marina's contract numbers. Will Marina be we're gonna take a look at that right quick. Let me see if I could find it. here on my stats website. Going to Chicago Sky. I don't think they've probably updated it yet. Let's see if they have. Marina Mabry. Oh, they did update it. Man, they quick with that. Connecticut Sun. Marina Mabry. Okay, let's see what her contract, excuse me, is looking like, and then I'll pull it up for us. So Marina signed a 3-year, $620,000 extension with the Sky. So she's under contract until 2020, until the end of the 2025 season. I'm gonna pull it up for us so you guys can see Marina's contract here. So Marina Mabry, so she's under contract from the 2023 season, 2024 season, which is this one, and the 2025 season. So all her money is guaranteed, 206,000 a year. And 20. So this year I'm getting 131,000. So I guess they have it split up differently. So next year she will be getting 210,000 of her contract. Yeah. So that answers your question. In the 2026 season, she will be an unrestricted free agent. So that is Mabry's contract. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go back to here. Boom. All right, people. Once we get things ready for the third quarter, we touched on the box score, the team stats, and the big news of the day with this trade. Let's get things ready for the third quarter. As I've said in the past, and as someone has already rightfully said that I've said in the past, the wings stay with you for a half, and then they tend to falter in the second half. Let's see if they continue that trend or they buck that trend. Let's see if the Fever can come back. They already came back from a 21-point deficit against the Mystics. They didn't get the win, but they came all the way back. This is a much smaller deficit. Let's see if they can do the same here. Alrighty. Just as a reminder, this is the last game of the first half of the WNBA season. We're going into All-Star break and then Olympic break as well. So there will be no games until August 15th, I believe it is. No WNBA games until August 15th. So we will be filling our time looking at some Team USA basketball. I'll probably do some recaps on the Liberty to see evaluate their standings and where they need to improve. So Latricia Trammell is saying the same thing I just said. They've been behind 20 points, 25 points, and they've always come back. So we have to keep our focus. See? I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I'm chatting. So they're showing the leading scorers for the game. Boston with 20, Clark with 14. That was Boston's career high in any half with those 20 points. Sims with 17, Ogunbowale with 14. So let's see what they can do here. They're showing some highlights of Tierra McCowan. She got slowed in that second half with foul trouble. Got slowed in the second half. So Latricia Trammell on the mic. Let's see if she can actually talk this time. Last time the mic fell out of her ear and they had to cut the conversation short. That was the second most points in a half this season for the Wings with 54. Ball in play with the Fever. We are off to start the third quarter. The Fever have the ball. Caitlin with the ball by half court finds Katie Lou. Over to Kelsey Mitchell. She had a struggle in the first half. Let's see if she can recoup here. She goes up under and gets the first basket of the second half. So now it's 54-48. Fever. Fever are trying to claw their way back here. Go into the Olympic break with a W. Odyssey Sims down to McCowan. McCowan, they send a double. She goes to JC Sheldon. Jump pass to Arike for three. Off the back rim. And Caitlin Clark with the rebound. Caitlin on the run here. Caitlin goes cross court to Katie Lou. Can she hit a three? And she misses. Gets the long rebound. And gets it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston to Caitlin. Going to her left. She gets into the paint. Goes out. And no relocation by Kelsey Mitchell. Pass goes right out of bounds. Ball in play with the Wings here. 54-48. Odyssey Sims having a hell of a game. Over to Arike on the drive. Step back. Jumper off the rim. Aaliyah Boston, the rebound. Caitlin up to Katie Lou. Down to Melissa Smith. She pump fakes, goes up, and scores. Timeout, Latricia Trammell. And it's a 4-point game. 54-50. 54-40. Timeout by Dallas. Dan says, I have CC on my fantasy team. Needed to have a big game. She's been hooping so far. She has been hooping in the scoring and assisting. So she's doing what she does best. The 3-point shot hasn't been there, but she has 14 points and 8 assists. Aaliyah Boston with 20 and 6 rebounds. So she's on double-double watch as well. On the other person for the Wings, Odyssey Sims with 17.7 assists. She's on double-double watch as well. So we're in a timeout right now. Wings giving up the first 4 points of this quarter to the Fever. Latricia Trammell does not want them to erase all their hard work. So Kelsey Mitchell with 6 points. Toodles had the CC double and Indy to win. Oh, I didn't do the performance double on that one. I left the performance double out. So we're still in commercial here. If you're just joining, thank you for joining. We are in a commercial right now. The Wings took a full timeout after giving up the first 4 points. All right, they still showing commercials here. This timeout feels extra long. Hopefully, nope, we're in another commercial. All right, so stat check. Natasha Howard with 8, McCown with 8, Sims with 17, Ogunbowale with 14. Word to don't. I seen that. I didn't even double take. I took it immediately. Go into the Olympic break with a win. I don't know if you can bet on the Olympics, so that would be my break. I don't bet on baseball and MLS and none of that stuff. All right, finally, we are back, people. We are back. It took forever, but we back. So let's see what takes place here. Substitutions being made. I hear the buzzer going off and stuff. Ball in play with the Wings. Odyssey Sims J.C. Sheldon, Arike Ogunbowale, McCowan, and Natasha Howard. Odyssey dribbling, gets it to Howard at the three-point line. They call a foul on Aaliyah Boston. Those two are battling down there. They are battling. Tudo says he just doing Soto getting a hit. Yeah, in the past, when it first came to New York, I was just trying to get in on the craze, but now that it's been here for a while, I've calmed down. Natasha Howard dead on three and rattles it in. Natasha Howard hits the three to give them some cushion here, 57-50. Caitlin Clark playing behind the Aaliyah Boston screen, picks up her dribble. Rick says Cheryl Miller, the game coach for the WNBA All-Star game. I did see that. So Cheryl Miller versus Cheryl Reeve. The coaches. Oh, Kelsey Mitchell tries to feed Boston, throws it right to McCowan. Arike on the run. Odyssey Sims goes up, double clutches, and scores. So another turnover by the Fever leads to another basket by the Wings. It's 9-point game, 59-50. Odyssey Sims up to 19 points here. Boston with the ball in the post against McCowan. Attacks her. Spin move, goes up, hook shot, misses. Nalissa Smith gets the rebound, misses the putback, rebound to McCowan. And Arike on the run. Arike high step in, foul line, jump shot, and gets fouled at the foul line. Encroachment on the landing area of a shooter. And it's a turnover. Keita, what's going on, Keita? What up? Y'all took a loss to Chicago last night. Bumped y'all down to fifth seed. What's going on? Arike Ogunbowale hits the first free throw. And she hits the second. So it's back to 11-point game, back to double digits. So the Fever got it within 4. Now it's back to 11. Aaliyah Boston, handoff to Caitlin. Caitlin with the ball, has Tierra McCowan on the island. She shoots the three over her, misses. Natasha Howard tips it right to Nalissa Smith, and Nalissa Smith is asking for a foul call, but they say it's just a block. Keita says, let's not talk about Man, Kelsey Plum was with the opposition last night. I'm just leave it at that. She was with the ops last night. Somebody need to check her betting account, because that was shameless. So it's Fever ball here to inbound, 61-50. They wiping up some sweat on the floor. Wiping up some sweat. They trying to get all the sweat dried up, and they get it sorted. So Caitlin to inbound here, gets it to Boston. Boston to Mitchell. Mitchell eyeing up Sheldon, gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin pulls up for three, and she buries it. Caitlin, the right wing three is good, and they get it back to single digits, 61-53. So we have Odyssey Sims tries for a three, and she's short. Nalissa Smith with the rebound, gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin, goes behind the back on Odyssey. Step back to Katie Lou. She steps, pops, and she hits it down. So back-to-back threes here for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin hits Odyssey with a behind-the-back move. Had Odyssey looking for a map over there. Hits Katie Lou. Katie Lou gets her feet right. Finally knocks it down. 4 for 17 from 3 are the Fever. Caitlin has 3. Katie Lou with 1. Arike with the ball, dancing with a mid-range jumper, misses. Rebound to Nalissa Smith. Smith on the run here. Looking for, crossover on J.C. Sheldon, and she loses the ball. She was supposed to pass that to Caitlin, drop that off to Caitlin. Ball back in play with the Wings. 61-56. You have Odyssey to Natasha Howard. Howard to J.C. Sheldon. Pump fakes. J.C. Sheldon, mid-range jumper. It's good. J.C. knocks down the midi. And that might be her first basket of the game, if I'm not mistaken. It is. J.C. Sheldon on the board. Caitlin with the ball on J.C. Sheldon. What are they? The Big Ten? Caitlin over to Aaliyah Boston. She pump fakes, throws up a wild shot, and Nalissa gets the rebound, and putback is good. So Nalissa Smith is feasting on the boards here. She has 9 rebounds. My clock just keeps restarting. It's 5 minutes 30 to go. Wings with the ball. I just noticed it. Arike with the ball. Arike pump fakes, attacks Kelsey Mitchell, hand off to McCowan. Oh, she smokes it. And Aaliyah Boston with the rebound. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin behind the back to Nalissa. She goes up and scores. And fouled. So it's a 3-point game with 5:12 to go. I'm going to get the clock right, y'all. My clock has been giving me issues all day, but we back. 5:12 to go. Arike attacks. She had the layup, drops it off to Tierra McCown. She smokes the layup, and it leads to a layup and foul on the other end. So, sorry, it's 60-63. I gave the away team too many points. I'm ahead of myself here. 63-60. Nalissa Smith knocks down the free throw for the 3-point play. And it's a 2-point game here. 63-61. That is the correct score. 63-61. Indiana, 11-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Arike with the ball. Arike dancing with it. Arike over to Odyssey Sims for 3. Misses. Rebound Nalissa. She has 10 boards now. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Fever. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin walks into a 3. Oh, she had a wide open 3 and passed it up. You got to take those. Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston. Foul line jumper. Tie game. 63-63. The Fever have come all the way back. Arike over to Natasha Howard. Howard to JC Sheldon. She pulls up for 3. Hey, and JC answers with a 3. And it's 66-63. JC Sheldon now has 5 points in this quarter. Her first 5. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. Kelsey Mitchell goes behind the screen. She drops it off to Nalissa on the roll. Throws it up and misses. Rebound to Kalani Brown, who's checked into the game. Arike down to Natasha Howard. She goes in, gets the ball stripped, and it goes off of Katie Lou as she stepped out of bounds. And they come back from the little replay. Arike throws it up, gets fouled on the putback. Daniel asks what's CC's numbers. Caitlin up to 17 points, 11 assists. So she gets the double-double. Thank you, Fandooley. And 4 rebounds. 2 of 7 from 3. You bet 7. Oh, yeah, so you got it. She has 17 and 11. Man, send me some money, man. Let me stop. 17 and 11 for Caitlin. She has the double-double. Nalissa Smith has the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds. So there's a lot of people on double-double watch tonight, people. I think this call was challenged. They saying it wasn't a foul on Aaliyah Boston. So we have a lot of people on double-double watch. I know on FanDuel you could have stacked the double-doubles. I didn't decide to do that. I should have done Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin. That would have been an easy one. Then I would have. I think I wouldn't have added anybody else. But Nalissa Smith with 11 points, 10 rebounds. You have Aaliyah Boston with 22 points and 7 rebounds. And Caitlin Clark with 17 points and 11 assists. Natasha Howard with 11 points and 6 assists. You have McCown with 8 points and 4 rebounds. And you have Odyssey Sims with 19 points and 8 assists. Arike with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Let me see if any of my boys did the double-double special. All right, so they're challenging this play. Daniel says CC Rookie of the Year. She'll probably get it. She'll probably get it. So they still reviewing it. Still reviewing it. I don't know if there's a foul there. I don't think there's any contact there. They may overturn this foul call. I should have put the house on the Caitlyn double double on that boost. But you do what you can. We're still here in this timeout challenge, people. Salute to everybody who's tuned in on the Twitch, on the YouTube. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, follow. We'll be doing some coverage of women's basketball over the Olympic break. Man, we might even do some Olympic sports if I decide to do it. I like watching Olympic swimming. So we might even do that. We'll see though, but we'll focus on the basketball, to be completely honest with you. Oh my gosh, they taking forever to review this call, people. Taking forever. Let's see what the call is. They're still on the review. Jeez, this is a long review. That's the one thing that they gotta fix up. All right, let's see. What do they call? Sorry guys. It's not me, it's them. I don't know what they decide to do here. It was overturned. There we go. Finally, I get some notifications of what they decided to do here. Ball back in play with the wings. Odyssey Sims with the ball. Odyssey Sims in and out dribble. Down to Kalani Brown, left side of the floor. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Monique on the drive. She gets the pass from Kalani and scores. So it goes back up to a 5-point game here. So Dallas is hanging tough, people. Dallas is hanging tough. Caitlyn comes off the screen. Caitlyn with JC Sheldon on her, and they call a foul on JC Sheldon. Extended her arms, trying to keep Caitlyn in front. I know she's probably dealt with that a lot in her college days. So it'll be fever ball, sideline, out of bounds. Got to play defense with your feet, not your hands. So Caitlyn to inbound. Finds Kelsey Mitchell. What a cut to the basket. What a pass and play by the Fever. So it's 68-65 here. Arike with the ball over to Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims going to her left. Drop down to Monique. Monique Billings pump fakes too far under the basket. Hits the bottom of the rim. It goes off her and turnover. Ball back and play with the Fever here. 68-65. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Been a pretty good game. Damaris Dantas loses the ball. Caitlyn gets it. Nalissa Smith pump fakes for 3. Shoots the one-handed fall away. Monique Billings secures the rebound. Over to Arike. Arike crosses half court. Arike on the drive. Hesitation dribble. Arike between the legs. Looking for Odyssey. Gives it to Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims, guarded by Caitlyn. She attacks Caitlyn, in and out dribble. Oh, foul line jump shot short. Rebound to Nalissa Smith. She might have a career high in rebounds when it's all said and done at this rate. Caitlyn with the ball. Caitlyn, drop pass to Nalissa. Nalissa goes up and scores. 13 assists for Caitlyn Clark here. Her career high, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet. She might end up with 20 at this rate. Arike with the ball. It's a 1-point game, 68-67. Arike to Mo Billings. Mo Billings with 7 on the clock. Mo Billings to Arike, 4 on the clock. 3. Arike to Mo doesn't get it off in time. Shot clock violation. So Indiana with a chance to take the lead here. Yeah, that could have been a foul on J.C. Sheldon. Caitlin brings the ball up the court here. Caitlin rejects the screen, goes to her left hand, throws it up, and rolls in, and the Fever retake the lead. Arike comes off the screen, pulls a 3, and she draws a foul on the 3. This is the Fever's first lead since it was 9-8. Daniel asks, Jay, who do you think wins most improved this season? Who do I think wins most improved? That's a good question. I'm going to say, as Arike misses the first free throw, I might want to go with, I don't even know if De'Arica Hamby is a candidate for it, but I'm leaning towards De'Arica Hamby. She buries the second, Arike does. So the game is tied at 69 apiece. And Arike hits the third, so the Wings retake the lead. Ball in play. So it's Katie Lou, Damiris Dantas, Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, and Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, Lexi tries to feed Caitlin on the cut. It's a turnover. Arike in transition between the legs, gets into the paint, pass to Natasha, and she goes and she travels. And she travels. Arike tried to drop it off late. Yeah, she travels crazy. And ball and play with the Fever here. Under a minute to go here. Been a very entertaining third quarter. Dallas is in the bonus here, though. Dantas pulls up for a 3, misses. Rebound to Ogunbowale. Ogunbowale walks it up the court. 45 seconds to go. Ogunbowale goes to her right, in and out dribble. Goes to her left, step back, her favorite shot. Knocks it down. Arike, 72-69. Arike up to 20 points here. Caitlin Clark, step back, top of the key, off the front rim. Natasha Howard with the rebound. Over to Arike. Arike with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. About a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. Arike dribbling out by half court. 10 on the shot clock. 9, 8, 7. They bring a soft double. She gets it to J.C. Sheldon. Sheldon walks into a 3. Front rims it. McCowan fighting for it. Kelsey Mitchell with the rebound. Over to Caitlin with 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second as she gets fouled. With 1.2 seconds left. So it's 1.2 seconds left. Caitlin was clamoring for a clear path. And they do say it's a clear path. Or a transition take. They call a transition take foul. That calls a little shaky there. Caitlin shoots the free throw and buries it. So Caitlin gets the free throw. Fever have a chance to inbound here. They don't do anything with it. The quarter ends. So at the end of the third quarter, Dallas is up 72-70. 72-70 at the end of the third. Dallas was outscored 24-18 at the third quarter. Coach Trammell talking to the refs wanted an explanation on the transition take foul explanation there. 20 points for Arike. This is her 18th game with 20 points this season. She's having a nice all-around game, contributing in all aspects and shooting pretty efficiently compared to her usual standards. Let's get ready for the fourth, people. Fourth quarter on the way. Caitlin is cooking. Yes, James. Caitlin is doing her thing. Will it result in a win? We shall see. So we have a lot of players with double figures. I think let me see if I can get this box score up really quickly for us before the fourth quarter starts. Give me one moment as I rush to get this up for us. There we go. Okay, let's see. Can I get this up? Can I get this up? Stats. Come on, move a little quicker. Pulling up the stats. So we can see them at the moment. Yeah, Tudo. I didn't think it was a take foul, but unfortunately, for the Wings, they gave it to them. All right, cool. I think I got it now. Oh, come on. Now you're moving stupid. All right, let's publish this. All right, y'all. Hope y'all can see that. For Indiana, Caitlin with 20 points in 30 minutes with 13 assists and 4 rebounds. You have Kelsey Mitchell having a struggle day, 8 points, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Katie Lou Samuelson finally hits a 3. So she's not doing cardio anymore. She's just doing she's doing a little strength training there. 3 points and 3 rebounds. Nalissa Smith double 13 and 11 in her 22 minutes. Aaliyah Boston with 22 and 7. Lexi Hall, no points. Dantas with 4. Wheeler with 0. For Dallas, Odyssey Sims. She had 17 in the first half. Now only with 19. Only had 2 in that quarter. 19 and 8. She's on double watch. Arike Ogunbowale with 26 and 5. JC had 5 points in that quarter for her 5 points. Natasha Howard with 11 and 4 with 6 assists. McCown with 8 and 4. Kalani Brown, 7 off the bench. Sevgi with none. And Mo Billings with 2. So you see it's a very high octane game. It's 70-72. This game could end in the 90s to 100-point range depending on what team gets hot. All right, let's get back to here. And we are ready for the fourth quarter. We are ready. Predictions, leave it in the chat. Who do you think pulls this off? 2-point game. The 12th-seeded Wings, the 7th-seeded Fever, last game of the season until August due to the Olympic break and the All-Star break and all that. So who pulls this off? It's going to be a close one. So the Wings, I think, started the game with possession. So they will start the fourth quarter with possession. Daniel says Dallas wins. Okay, ball in play here. Ball is in play with the Wings. Howard over to JC Sheldon. So the Wings have their starters in the game right now. Arike and Odyssey, I believe, have played this whole game. Howard attacks, running hook shot, rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin on the run, blows by Odyssey Sims, slows it down. Odyssey playing tight defense, gives it to Katie Lou by the 3-point line. Katie Lou dribbles over to Caitlin. Caitlin, wide open basket and scores. Tie game. A miscommunication there on who picks up Caitlin is 72 all. 72-72. Arike with the ball. Arike calls out for a screen. She rejects it. Gets it to Natasha. Natasha, foul line jumper. Buries it. Natasha Howard answers right back with a 2 of her own. Dallas retakes the lead. Caitlin with the ball now. She's having a hell of a game. Caitlin with 22 points. Caitlin drop past to Dantas on the drive and scores. Another assist to Caitlin, career high. 14th assist to Caitlin Clark. 22 and 14. Arike attacks quickly. Tierra McCown rebound. Putback is good. It's going back and forth here, people. 74-74. 76-74. Dallas up. ESPN taking a while to update their score bug. Caitlin in the post against Odyssey Sims. She throws up the shot and scores. So Caitlin got in the post and attacked and scored. 76 all. Caitlin up to 24 points now. Arike with the ball. Down to Natasha Howard against Dantas. She pulls up right in Dantas' face. Misses. Dantas with the rebound. Caitlin on the run here. Caitlin attacks Odyssey Sims. Goes behind the back. Between the legs, gets around the screen, steps back, doesn't take the midi, goes to the 3-point line. Over to Katie Lou. Katie Lou looking for Dantas, picks up her dribble over to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull on the drive and gets fouled by Tierra McCown. She blocks it out of bounds, but Lexi Hull will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Caitlin gets a quick sip of water while Lexi takes the free throws, and the Fever take the lead on the Lexi Hull first free throw. So Lexi Hull at the line for the second. And she misses the second. Rebound to Natasha Howard. So it's 77-76 with 7:45 to go in this game. Been a very entertaining game to end this part of the season. Ball to Arike. Arike dancing with it. Oh, she dribbles it and she saves it. Almost goes out of bounds. Over to Natasha Howard. Fake handoff to JC Sheldon. I can't see the shot clock. 3 seconds. She goes up left hand and misses. Rebound to Katie Lou. And Caitlin's on the run now. Caitlin into the paint. Over to Lexi Hull in the corner for 3. And she finally buries one. Timeout, Latricia Trammell. 4-point game here. 80-76, Indiana. 15 assists for Caitlin Clark. 24 points, 15 assists. Career high, and still climbing for Caitlin. All right, what a game, people. What a game we are having right now. Fever were down majority of this game. Their last lead was like 9-6 in the first quarter. The Wings went up by as many as 16. The Fever hung around, got it down to 4, went back up to 11, got it down to 2, went back up to 10. And finally, they have taken the lead, and they have a 4-point lead with 7:18 left to go in this fourth quarter. Big numbers from everybody involved here. You have Mitchell, who's usually the one with the biggest numbers, only with 8 points. But Caitlin with 24 and 15 assists, 22 and 7 for Aaliyah Boston, 13 and 11 for Nalissa Smith. You got on the wing side, Natasha Howard with 13, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. You have McCown with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Odyssey Sims with 19 and 8 assists. Ogunbowale with 20 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. JC Sheldon with 5. So it has been back and forth action, all you can ask for in this game between these two teams. If it's anything reminiscent of that preseason game, Arike Ogunbowale won that game on a step back buzzer beater in the preseason. It's looked like it's shaping up to go that way. It is shaping up that way, people. We're still in commercial here. Still in commercial here. So they're back to the broadcast. They're showing Caitlin Clark putting on the show. I was putting on the show, putting on a show. She's scoring, she's dishing. It's not been a lot of deep bomb threes that people are used to seeing in college, but she's getting all her teammates involved. Rookies with 20 points and 10 assists in history. Caitlin has 3 in the last 4 games. Angel McCoughtry's the only one in the last 27 seasons, and she only had a 1 back in 2009. Kalani Brown with the ball. Kalani over to Arike. Oh, fake handoff. And Lexi Hull with the steal. She goes up. Layup is good. Lexi Hull with the steal and layup. Not what Trammell wanted out of that timeout. A turnover. Indiana on an 8-0 run in the last minute and some change. Natasha Howard down to Kalani Brown. She goes up, gets fouled, and one. Kalani Brown. So 78-82. Indiana's up 4. Looks like Aaliyah Boston's coming back in for the remainder of this game. Let's see what happens here. 4-point game here. Kalani Brown at the line to see if she can make it a 3-point play. Kalani Brown shoots, misses, and rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin with the ball, right side of the floor here. Looking for, gets Lexi Hull with the ball. Lexi Hull dribbling at the 3-point line. Arike on her tightly. She picks up her dribble, gets it to Dantas. Dantas hand off to Caitlin. Caitlin between the legs, double crossover. Drops it off to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull gets walled off by Kalani Brown. Out to Dantas. Dantas at the... Oh, and it's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Wings on that possession. Cut off all those actions, and it pays off. So it's sideline out of bounds for the Wings. Howard inbounds to Odyssey Sims, and we're back in play here. Natasha Howard with the ball. They're trying to feature Kalani Brown in the paint. Natasha Howard over to Arike, left side of the floor. Arike comes off the screen. Arike dancing with it. 10 on the clock. Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims attacks Caitlin, gets into the paint, throws up the floater, and scores. Odyssey Sims knocks down the floater, and it's a 2-point game. 6 minutes to go. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin comes off. They leave her wide open. She pulls up for 3. Oh, misses the wide open one. Howard with the rebound. Arike out to Kalani on the run. Kalani, layup is good. Tie game again. 82-82. We have a great game here. Wings went up by Fever went up by about 5 to 6 points. Wings just clawed right back into it. Tied at 82. Arike with 20.6 rebounds. Sorry, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. After that assist there to Kalani Brown. She has 11 off the bench. Hasn't missed a shot. 5 for 5. What a game we have, people. What a game we are having here. Couldn't ask for a better game to end the Watchalong day today. We have records being broken. We have high octane offense. Bunch of players in double figures. Leads going big, and then teams losing leads. Teams coming back. That's all you can ask for in this game. Right, so we're still in commercial. Still in commercial, people. 82-82. 82-82. Still in commercial. Gee, come on, get back to the game. This action has been so great. Action has been top notch here. All right. Are we coming back? Nope. Now we're in a Ruffles chips commercial. All right, people. Let me take a look at the team stats right quick. So the game leaders, you have Caitlin Clark with 24 to lead the Fever, 21 from Sims to lead the Wings. Rebounding wise, and Alyssa Smith with 11 rebounds to lead the Fever. Ogunbowale with 6 rebounds to lead the Wings. And Caitlin with 15 assists to lead the Indiana Fever. Odyssey Sims with 8 assists to lead the Wings. Turnovers. The Fever have 16 turnovers. They've given up 26 points off their 16 turnovers. The Wings have 11 turnovers. They've given up 17 points off of those. Okay, broadcast has restarted, people. Broadcast is back. They're going over. They're showing the same stats that we just spoke about here. Ball in play here with the Fever. This game is going to come down to the wire. 82 all. 82-82. Kelsey Mitchell been quiet all night. Kelsey Mitchell picks up her dribble, gets it to Boston. Boston looking for Clark. Boston can't get her. Reverses, gets to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell attacks, gets bumped off the ball. Has it, goes up, scoops it up, and scores somehow. Kelsey Mitchell, I was just talking bad about her, and she somehow gets around and scores the scoop. 84-82. Arike to Natasha Howard. Corner to JC Sheldon. This is a big 3 for her. JC knocks down the 3 to retake the lead. 85-84. JC Sheldon wide open in the corner. 8 points. 2 of 4 from 3. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin Clark goes back left, drops it off to Aaliyah Boston. She might have traveled. They don't call it. She goes up over Natasha and scores. Fever retake the lead here. We have a good one. Let me set up here. This is good stuff right here. 86-85 Indiana. Howard over to Odyssey Sims, left side of the floor. She comes off the screen. Odyssey Sims over to JC Sheldon again for 3. JC! JC Sheldon, back-to-back 3s. One from the left corner. This one from the right wing. Oh, wow. Miscommunication. And Aaliyah Boston gets a layup right at the basket. Miscommunication. 88-88. I think Caitlin Clark got another assist on that. So she has 16. Odyssey Sims in and out, dribble to the paint. Left hand layup misses. Kalani Brown goes up and scores. This offensive game, boy. This is what a game this is right here. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Over to Lexi Hull. Can she hit the wide open 3? Oh, she misses. Arike with the rebound. And Arike on the run. High stepping up the court. In and out dribble. Attacks the paint. Bumps off Lexi Hull. Ball gets blocked by Boston and rebounded. Caitlin Clark on the run. Caitlin Clark drops it off to Nalissa Smith. Gets blocked by Natasha Howard. And it goes off Nalissa Smith. What a recovery there. Wow. Saved a sure layup. Saved a sure layup there. Yeah, that's all ball. That is all ball. And then Nalissa Smith, it hits off of her arm. Odyssey Sims inbound. She had to call her teammates to come back to help her inbound the ball. Natasha Howard with 13 points and 6 rebounds here. Odyssey Sims comes off the screen. Goes to Natasha. Natasha recovers the ball. Almost lost it. Over to JC. JC back to Natasha. Face up on Boston. She jab steps. Tries to draw the foul. It doesn't get the foul. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin pushing it. Broadcast is freezing. But she gets into Aaliyah Boston and she scores. And it's back to a tie game, 90-90. This is insane, fast-paced stuff here. Odyssey Sims over to Kalani Brown, over to Arike. Under 3 minutes to go here. Arike over to Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims wants to go to her left hand. She gets to it. Over to JC Sheldon. Sheldon pump fakes to Odyssey. Odyssey for 3. Back rim and bounces in. Oh my goodness. Odyssey Sims. Oh, Caitlin goes behind the back. Controls it though. This is insane, people. I'm an obvious Wings fan. I'm a Liberty fan. Who's a fan of the Wings? Oh, Kelsey Mitchell knocks down the 3. This is crazy. 93-93. I'm a fan of hoops. I don't know what you talk about, Rick. Come on now. Who's a fan of the Wings? Arike with the ball. Arike crossover into the paint. Arike corner to Odyssey Sims for 3. Oh, she airballs. Rebound by Kelsey. Kelsey on the run here. Kelsey cross. Oh, she dribbles back out. I thought she was about to do something crazy. Kelsey, she slows it down. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin gets the screen from Aaliyah. And Kalani fouls. She knows she was barbecue chicken if she let her get around her. And she obviously fouls that one. What is happening in this game, people? This is insane. Caitlin Clark with 19 assists, 24 points, 19 assists. She's on pace for a 2020 game. Caitlin gets the ball. She's in the paint, and she dribbles it back out smartly. Did I start the clock? My bad. Caitlin down to Nalissa. Oh, and she gets stripped. That would have been the 20th assist. Sheldon up to Natasha Howard. She gets fouled in transition. So Natasha Howard going to the line. Oh, yeah, my bad. Thank you. Thank you. I gave it to the home team. It's 93-93. There we go. Thanks, Sigmund. 93-93. Natasha Howard going to the line. I got too excited, guys. I'm over here sitting up. I'm not even looking at the buttons I'm pressing, to be honest with you. 93-93. So, foul by Caitlin. Natasha Howard at the line for free throws. Natasha Howard rattles in the first. Nalissa Smith to the bench. Somebody subbing in. Can you show? They're showing Christy sides. She's calling out a play 125 pin, whatever that means. So it's Katie Lou, Boston, Hall, Kelsey, and Caitlin as Natasha hits the second. It's a 2-point game. Dallas is up. 1:30 to go here. Caitlin with the ball, sitting on 24 points and 19 assists. This is historic stuff here. To Boston. Boston over to Katie Lou. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin going to her right. Caitlin to Katie Lou for the 20th assist. Oh, she misses. And it goes off Lexi Hull's hands. That should be Dallas basketball. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go here. As it starts pouring down rain here in New York. Ball in play with the Wings. 2-point game. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Under a minute. This is great stuff here. Odyssey Sims going to the left. Odyssey Sims over to Arike, their closer. Arike with 5 on the clock. 4. She pump fakes, loses the ball, throws it up with 1 second. Oh my God, she hits it. Oh my goodness. And a timeout by Christy Sides. What in the world is happening? Arike Ogunbowale loses the ball with 3 seconds left, just picks it up, turns around, throws it at the basket. They probably will have to review that, and she knocks it down. Insane. That they're going to have to review that. That may not even count, but that was insane. What is this game, people? What is this game? What is happening, people? Holy smokes. Caitlin Clark becomes the fastest player in WNBA history to 400 points and 200 assists. Is it in her hand? Dang, they got rid of the replay as I looked up. What is happening in this game? 20 and 19 for Caitlyn. She got to focus on the win. Can't focus on trying to get to 2020. Got to focus on the win. Sigma said Fever did not hold them to 84. Not at all. Not at all. I knew this was going to be a high-scoring game here. Fast-paced game. They're showing the replay now. Arike gathers it. Oh, I don't know. They got to slow that down. They have to slow it down. This is not a good angle. You can't see the clock here. Can't see the clock really there. They need to go back to the other angle and slow it down. This is insane. I keep saying it, but guys, we've seen historic stuff here. Some historic stuff here. Caitlin Clark, WNBA record 19 assists in a game. Oh, yeah, she gets it off, people. She might have gotten it off by a fingernail. Yeah, that's out of her hand. Wow. Wow. They had to slow it down. Oh, man, this guy's face is mad close to the camera, bro. Back up. You can see the sweat on this guy's head. Man, got the baldy sweating. Back up, bro. But it counts. 97. 93. She gets it off by a 1/10 of a second. Insane, guys. I know I keep saying insane, but this is crazy. So, after all that, 44.6 seconds to go, 97-93. Both teams have a reset timeout as well as 2 timeouts. Or is that what the orange means? I don't know what the orange means on ESPN's broadcast, but I think it's a reset timeout. All right, so 4-point game. I hope if you guys hear that noise, that's the thunder from the storm that just started here. 97-93. 44.6 seconds to go here. This is a do or die possession here for the Fever. Will you remember the historic performance for the win or for the loss? Caitlyn on the run, quickly up the court. They Odyssey Sims with the steal. And they get what did they get? They get a timeout. Wow. Caitlin Clark turns it over. Odyssey Sim dives on the floor for the steal. And timeout called. Oh, no. Oh, no. She dribbles right into traffic. Natasha Howard gets a hand on it. And she knows it. She slaps the floor. Taps the floor. Oh, man. They don't have to foul, though. They do not have to foul. There's 35 seconds to go here. I mean, if they don't foul, they'll be left with about 11 seconds to go. After the 24-second clock runs out, they may have to foul. Man. Decisions. Thankfully, I'm not a coach. That's a tough decision here. Tough decision. Wow. We're in a timeout. We're in a timeout right now, people. We are in a timeout. We've seen some historic stuff here, guys. Historic performance from Caitlyn. 24 points, 19 assists. I can't believe I'm even saying that. 19 assists. I haven't said that number since Russ Westbrook back in his Thunder heyday had that 2020 game. Oh, she gets the water and she slams it down on the floor in disgust. The water bottle busts all over the floor. They're gonna replay that clip. 97-93, people. It's Wings ball. Let's see what the strategy is for the Indiana Fever here. Do they foul? Do they play it out? This is going to be interesting. 35 seconds to go, as I mentioned. JC Sheldon the inbound. I'm surprised they're letting her inbound. And they get it to Arike. Arike running away. They try to trap her. They can't. They get it to JC Sheldon. JC drops it off to Arike. Arike dribbling. They're not going to foul. They're just playing tight defense, and they foul now with 24 seconds on the clock. So Ogunbowale going to the line for free throws here. So Arike at the line to probably ice this game here. She shoots the first and knocks it down. Arike shoots the second and knocks them both down. Clutch free throws from Arike, and it's 99-93. 6-point game with 24 seconds to go here. Dang. Such a... it's feeling like a depressing ending here. Depressing ending here to end this game. Man. Wow. That's all I could say. That is all I could say, people. We've seen some great stuff in this game. Too bad the season is going on break after a game like this. You want to see a game tomorrow at this rate. But the Fever with 17 turnovers, the Wings with 11. Fever with 35 rebounds. Dallas with 28. Tuda says, if I'm CC, I'm going off on my team. Why are you going off on them for? Why are you going off on them? I mean, Boston's giving you 28 and 8. Nalissa, well, she's not even in the game right now, but she's giving you like 14 and 11. You got 13 from Kelsey. I mean, oh man, this is tough. So 6 seconds to go, 24 seconds to go. Fever inbound on their side of the court. Over to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston to Katie Lou. Wide open for three. She misses. Rebound to Natasha Howard. And they call a foul. So Natasha Howard will go to the line for free throws. Liz, what's up? Crazy good game. Even if I make history, yeah, of course. That's what I was saying. Will this game end in a win or a loss? 6-point game with 17 seconds left. It's looking more like a loss. Natasha Howard hits the free throw. Oh no, I think my boy needed Natasha Howard under 16 and a half. If she hits this, it's over. She shoots it. Oh, damn. And she hits both free throws. That's tough. So it's 101-93, people. And this game is pretty much over. So timeout by the Fever here. Tudo says the first half cost Indiana this game way too many turnovers. Definitely way too many. They spent all this energy to come back. They had a 4-point lead at one point. Just did not, but the Wings came right on back. Damn. So Caitlin Clark plays 39 of the 40 minutes in this game. She played the most minutes on her team. Ogunbowale played 39 as well. Oh, that is tough. You and me, salute. Dang, that's tough for my boy. Tudor said if I'm requesting a trade, nah. You know, Caitlin's a Midwestern, middle of the country girl. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. They must trade Smith, Samuelson, and Wheeler. I don't think some of those players will be there next year. Katie inbounds to Aaliyah. Aaliyah Boston with the ball. 13 seconds. She can't do anything. They're playing tightly. Gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin tries to get that 20th assist. It's a turnover. And Arike Ogunbowale with the steal. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's how this entertaining game ends. I did say it's on pace for somebody to score 100. Dallas gets over the 100-point mark. Dallas wins 101 to 93. 101 to 93. Dallas Wings players come over, dap up Caitlin, say hello to everybody and whatnot. But damn, tough loss for the Fever there on a historic night, or a historic night for her, but it ends in a loss. Historic night for Aaliyah Boston as well. She had 20 points in the first half, only had 8 the rest of the way. So, man, that is tough. That's tough. 101-93. Let me update the standings while we are here so you guys can see it. So the Fever, they moved to 11 and 15 going into the Olympic break. The Wings moved to 6 and 19 going into the Olympic break. Let me see if that affects any of the standings. Let's see if ESPN has updated it yet. Wings 6 and 19. The Wings still stay in 12th place. The Fever, they still stay in 7th because they have one more win than the Chicago Sky. That Francis felt, although Wings didn't play defense really, they still won. Yeah, they didn't. It was 93 points usually wins you a game. Daniel Salute. Game Sports Music says those 3 are not good. So many missed shots of Smith Samuelson. So slow, she's like a turtle. Wheeler dribbled. Listen, Wheeler is in the last year of her deal. They had to pay Wheeler when nobody would come to Indiana. They had to pay her. So that's why she's still on contract. From the past regime, not past regimes, for the past years. Samuelson was just signed. I don't know if she signed a 2 or 3 year, a 1 or 2 year deal, but she hasn't looked that good. Nalissa Smith, 2nd overall pick. It's gonna be tough. You have to see who wants her, and that's gonna be tough to see. Let's take a look at the box score one more time for a historic day, people. Historic day. They play defense. They have many steal and block shots. Are watching. So let's take a look at this box score here. They went to a summer league game. Let me turn this off. Odyssey Sims, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists in the win. 24, 7 and 7 from Arike. They both played almost the whole game. JC Sheldon with 11 and 3. Natasha Howard with 17, 7 and 8. McCowan with 10 and 5. She got into foul trouble late in that game. Jeez, my stupid thing is acting up. Kalani Brown, 13 points off the bench. 2 for Mo Billings. For Caitlin Clark, played all 40 minutes, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 19 assists, 10 of 19 shooting. Her 3-point shot wasn't there, but she was getting into the paint. Did have the 6 turnover, got that last one on at the end of the game, so I'll give her some slack for that. Kelsey Mitchell didn't show up today, 13 points. I can't say she didn't show up. She did okay, 6 for 10. That's more than showing up. 13 points, but she's usually up in the 15 plus range, 18 range. Didn't hit any threes, or hit 1 3 out of her 3 attempts. Katie Lou Samuelson, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 1 for 6 from 3 is not going to get it done. 1 for 6 is not going to get it done. Nalissa Smith, 13 and 12, double-double, 5 for 12. Not too efficient from her. Aaliyah Boston, 28 and 8. She had 20 in the first half, only 8 points the rest of the way. She did have 4 blocks, though. Only missed 3 shots. Lexi Hull, in her 23 minutes, had 6 points. Dantas, in her 12 minutes, had 6 points. Erica Wheeler, 4 minutes, had none. Wow. Wow, people. And that's the game. So that is the final game of the break. No, nobody has ever gotten 20 assists. Francis has asked, has anyone ever gotten 20 assists in a game before? No. Caitlin just broke the record. Caitlin has the record now with 19. Caitlin had 19 assists in this game. She now owns the record for most assists in the game. If the broadcast was right, that's what they reported. So that's what I am reporting. Caitlin breaks the WNBA single game assist record. I just saw it on ESPN on the post. I think the most before was about 17, if I remember correctly. But Caitlin now owns that record in her rookie year. So the best is yet to come for Caitlin Clark. Courtney Vandersloot had the record with 18 before. Against the Indiana Fever, ironically in 2020. Courtney Vandersloot now with the New York Liberty, previously with the Chicago Sky, had 18, and Caitlin passes that in her rookie year. Insane, people. We're seeing some historic stuff this season. Records being broken. And these players are rookies. They have so much more room to grow and get better. This is their league in the future. So enjoy what you're watching at this point, because this is probably the worst they're going to be. They're only going to get better. Only going to get better. Caitlin will definitely get 20 before the season ends. After this All-Star break, I could definitely see it. Game Sports says the Wings have 10 steals, 4 blocks, and so many contested shots and hustle defenses. Yeah, the Wings were hustling on defense. The turnovers, the steals really affected the Fever in this game. Really affected them. When I was looking at the team stats, the Wings had 10 steals, like you said. You're not gonna win too many games if you're turning the ball over on steals 10 times. Ripper said Smith was trash. We could have more points. Yeah, she had a couple of shots that she thought she was getting fouled on under the basket. She could have been more efficient there. A couple more efficient shots, and you guys would have had a chance. Same with Samuelson. A lot of wide open threes. She missed some wide open threes as well. So I wouldn't say a lot of blame to go around, but there are some areas for improvement for the Fever as well as the Wings. The Wings are the worst team in the league record-wise at this point in time. But listen, the All-Star break, the Olympic break is here. Caitlin will get a rest after playing 40 minutes. All the players on the Fever are not Olympians, so they'll be able to rest, relax, and then probably even get into the gym, work with each other to see how they can turn it on for the remaining games of the season. They were 11 and 15, so what's that? 26 games. They got 14 more games until the season ends. It's a 40-game season, so you got 14 games after the All-Star break. They already had the toughest part of their schedule, playing all those games in such a short amount of time to start. This second half should be much easier. Even though the opponents won't be too much easier, but the amount of games in that span of time will be easier. That Francis fella asks, you expecting any trades from the Fever before the deadline? To be completely honest with you, I don't see any trades. I don't know who they would have to give up that people would want. I know people would probably say Nalissa Smith, but I don't think so. Arike Wheeler, nobody wants that $200,000 contract on their books. They don't have a lot of trade pieces, so I don't see them making anything super significant. They're probably going to see how this season plays out. They'll reevaluate, because remember the expansion draft with the Golden State team coming in. So when they have the expansion draft, they're going to have Golden State team is going to have to take players from all of the other teams in the league. So I guess they'll see how that plays out, and they'll go from there. Game Sports says if Smith makes the inside shot, they win the game, but it is what it is. The three, Smith, Samuelson, Wheeler, must be traded because they're not good teammates. I wouldn't say they're not good teammates. Their offensive production is not suitable for this iteration of the Fever. Smith and Boston played pretty well last year, but now that you have Caitlin, it changes things They thought Katie Lou would come in and be that outside threat from three. It hasn't worked out consistently so far for the Fever. Wheeler, we knew once they got Kaylin, it would be a little bit of an adjustment. Wheeler is not an outside 3-point shooter. Caitlin has the ball in her hands. Excuse me. So it's tough for Wheeler to find rhythm if she's not controlling the ball. You want Caitlin with the ball to make the decisions. Erica Wheeler's not a 3-point specialist, so it's trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, as they say. So yeah. Looking forward, the Fever's next game is on August 16th against the Phoenix Mercury. They won their last games against the Mercury. They've won both their games against the Mercury. They won 88-82 in Phoenix, and they won 95-86 at home a couple days ago. So that's their first game back, August 16th versus the Mercury. Let's see what it is for the Wings. Remember, the season starts back on August 15th. August 15th. For the Wings, their first game back is against the Connecticut Sun. So we'll be seeing Marina Mabrey, who was just traded there from the Chicago Sky, on August 16th at 9:30. So both of these teams will play on August 16th on Ion. That is when they return to action. We'll see what happens. Looking at the WNBA schedule in general, let me just take a quick peek before we get out of here. I need to fast forward to August. August 15th is when the season, I think, returns. So on August 15th, Phoenix plays a back-to-back to start. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys to see. Let me pull this up right quick. Game Sports says CC having double defender, but Samuelson just waiting, not making the screen so that Kaylin makes a nice play and Samuelson moves like a turtle. Yeah, I mean, Katie Lou is more of just a spot up 3-point shooter. She's picks and then she flares out to the 3-point line. If the three's not falling, then it's tough. So looking at the schedule, when we come back August 15th, because there's no games on August 14th. Let me just verify. Yep, no games on August 14th. So August 15th, when the season returns, you have Phoenix at Chicago, 8 p.m. on Prime. Washington at Minnesota, 8 p.m. on ESPN3. And then you have New York at LA, 9 p.m. on ESPN. We'll probably be doing a watch along for that game, of course. New York at LA. And then Friday, Seattle at Atlanta. Phoenix plays again on a back-to-back to come back against Indiana, and Connecticut plays Dallas. Then Saturday, Minnesota, Washington, New York, Vegas, Chicago, LA, and then we'll finish off with Sunday, Connecticut, Atlanta, Seattle, Indiana, LA, Las Vegas, Chicago, and Phoenix. So that's the return schedule, August 15th. Put it in your calendars so that you know when we come back to W Play. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Very entertaining game. 2 games today. The first one almost was entertaining. This one exceeded all my expectations for this game. Wings win 101-93. Eric on the sign out says Caitlin Clark 2024 Rookie of the Year. It's hard to disagree with that premise at this point. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We will be doing some WNBA Team USA things throughout the break. So make sure you're subscribed, noti bells are on, so you're a part of the conversation. If any other news breaks, we'll probably do streams for that as in terms of trades and stuff of that nature. So make sure you're tapped in for that. Appreciate the support for everybody on the Twitch, on the YouTube. I'll catch y'all soon. Until next time, this is Jay Jordan. Remember, All-Star Weekend this weekend. Friday is the 3-point contest and skills challenge. Saturday is the All-Star game. Until next time, Jay Jordan. Salute!